Hello, my sweet friend. It's Christina, and welcome to a new episode of the Art Cake Coach podcast. Hello, my sweet friend. I am Christina Revalo, cake decorator, coach, and teacher, and I am here to empower my fellow cake artists to be creative and to work together as a tight cake community by providing information and opportunities for all, regardless of their level of expertise and knowledge. If you are a cake artist, cake decorator, baker, or cake enthusiast and want to be coached for success, this podcast is for you. Let me help you set achievable goals, understand that managing your time, having a positive mindset, understanding your customer, selling, using social media for your cake business, and knowing how to teach your craft are all as important as flour, sugar, and eggs. Let me share with you what has worked for me, all from a very personal and down-to-earth perspective. I want for you to put your name out there, not to be stressed with time and working hours, and to participate in cake collaborations and competitions, so one day you will be that cake artist featured in a cake magazine or teaching at international events, just like me. Welcome to the Art Cake Coach podcast. Well, hello, my sweet friends. Welcome to another episode of the Art Cake Coach podcast. Christina here. So happy because today we have a very special episode. We are less than 15 days away from the Licious Magazine's awards, the DMAs, and everybody's getting excited. I'm traveling to London not this Saturday, next Saturday, to join everybody in this great celebration. I cannot wait. We're gonna have so much fun. We get to be all dressed up and visit, like, we're gonna have this beautiful setting into we're going to be in the celebration is going to be in a castle. So we're all going to be looking great that day. My dress is ready, everything is ready. So yeah, I'm very excited about it, especially because I'm going to see my cake friends and I'm going to hug you. We're going to have a lot of fun together. And of course, a bit nervous because, as you know, Cake for Stay Creative is nominated as Best Online Community. My God, I'm starting to get nervous because, in one hand, I really want to win. Of course, I think we all do. We all want to win, but in the other hand, uh, I don't think I will. So it's like, oh my God. It's going to be a roller coasters of emotions. Probably I'm not going to enjoy the first half of my dinner, uh, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you posted. So talking about the DMAs, I prepare some special episodes with guests that are nominated for the Delicious Magazine's awards. I really wanted to share what the nominees, um, first of all, a little behind the scenes and the story, and to know their story, to know who they are, because we see a lot of pictures and we see faces on social media, but we really don't know what's behind that. What is their true story of their lives? And these two guests that I'm having today, they have, both of these lovely ladies have quite an amazing story to share, and I'm very happy and very honored that they shared it here on the podcast, on the Arcade Coach podcast. And there's going to be another episode with two more nominees coming up next week, right before the DMAs. And I just wanted to give you this small introduction, sharing with you that today is going to be another interview episode. We're going to have the lovely ladies, Debbie Locke and Catalina Anghel, both Sugar Flowers nominees. And that was great because both of them are nominated for the same category. Catalina was the winner from last year. So listen to the episode because you're gonna love how they face this nomination, each one in their own way, and especially what's behind this is that we're all a great community. This is not a competition. We are not wanting, the the words only for us, and it's like, I don't care about anybody else. No, we really truly are a big, beautiful community, and we want to keep being like that. And flower artists are a great community, and you will listen to all of this in today's episode. Today's episode is not going to have like a sponsor commercial in the middle because it's a whole interview. So I just want to give a big shout out to Saracino and the We Love Pastry magazine. The Saracino magazine is out for the month of February, filled with tutorials, and there's a new amazing product out there. We're going to be talking about that product soon. So thank you very much, Saracino, for once again support the Art Cake Coach podcast. And thank you to the lovely ladies, Debbie Locke and Catalina Anghel, for letting me interview you and for sharing your stories here on the podcast. So I leave you to it. I hope you enjoy it.
Good, thank
Hello,
you.
hello.
So good to have them. I'm recording this episode because I want to record a series of episodes, hopefully before the awards, with DMA's nominees. So here we have 2 flower artist nominees. How do you feel, girls, about that nomination?
I'm quite nervous. Everyone else is just so awesome. I feel like, oh, it's little old me here.
No, but you're there. You deserve it. You're there. So no, but it is nerve-wracking, right?
Yeah.
It's a little bit, yeah. And Catalina, how do you feel?
Well, I feel like I want somebody else to win this year because I have one trophy from last year. So I will be really, really happy if somebody else wins it. So I will be the one to say, okay.
Then nobody's gonna kill you afterwards. Nobody's gonna murder you in the castle and throw you at the pond, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to collect the same,
Yeah.
I don't want to collect the same award. So I will need to have several types.
A different one.
So
A different
this
one.
year, I didn't expect it to even be in between the nominees.
Yeah.
Because there's so many talented people out there. And I think everybody deserves a chance to win a trophy. This is really, really awesome for me.
But
Yeah,
it's a good excuse to go and party, right? Yeah.
For me, it's the second time that I've been, like last year I was in the final as well. So I'm absolutely blown away that I'm in the final again. I just, I can't honestly, I only started doing sugar flowers during lockdown. So for me, this is incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw your modeling piece in on Cake International. Well, it was a big piece that you made at Cake International. And actually, I didn't know you made flowers. When I saw you in the nominees, I was like, oh, she does flowers too. That's great. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's all very, very new for me. So yeah, I mean, being amongst people that, for me, are just so talented. That's why I'm nervous because I'm so new to the sugar flower world that I've still got so much more to learn.
But I think, I don't know, how do you feel, guys? But I feel that it's just good to be among those 5 people because it's like whatever you're doing, you're being recognized by it, and it's like, okay, I must be doing something right.
And I feel like that I've discovered a talent that I didn't realize I had. And it's by being nominated and making it to the final again this year, it is pushing me. It's pushing me to learn more and take on board that, okay, this is something that I can actually do.
Absolutely. It's funny you mentioned that because for me, for the group, for Cake Friends Stay Creative, after the nomination, I feel more responsible. Like, oh, I need to step this up. It's like, I need to do more. I need to make the group bigger or do something bigger with this because now we're nominees. Yeah. You feel like, okay, this is a responsibility. Yeah. Catalina, you were a winner last year, right? But last year there was no live ceremony, right?
No.
You didn't have to do a speech or anything when you won?
No. I was like, easily, easy peasy.
This year,
somebody will have to make a speech.
Yeah. You know what makes me nervous? I mean, I in one hand, I want to, of course we all want to win in one hand because we have to be honest, like, of course I want to win. But in the other hand, I'm just scared to win because you have to go up there and say something. It's like, oh, And don't take me wrong, I speak a lot. I don't have problems speaking, but in those situations, it's like, oh my God, that must be nerve wracking. Are you going to prepare a speech just in case?
No, I'm
No.
very spontaneous. See, whatever, like the ones in the Oscar awards. Thank you, Mom.
Thank you, Mom. Yes. Thanks to my family for putting up with me and letting me buy all these things to make sugar flowers.
Thanking everybody, because actually we are where we are, also thanks to the people that are following us.
Yeah.
So I'm quite grateful to everybody. I teach sugar flower classes, and then I have my other part, the veiners and tools that I also produce and sell. And we are where we are due to the people that are
Yeah.
behind us, supporting us all the time. So that is the most important.
It
Seeing
is.
me again there, it's really reinforcing my to say like that, my trust in them,
Yeah.
and I
No,
see they
it is.
trust me also.
Especially
So it's
because
something, and we never stop learning. It's like a continuous journey, as I say. The moment you say I know everything, you're dead.
no, we don't.
But it's like always preparing yourself to be better and better, and this pushes you further.
Oh,
So I'm
definitely.
very happy. I don't want to win this time because I think somebody else deserves,
The
a
chance.
chance
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
we are like a big family, and we need to help each other.
Oh,
I like so
absolutely.
much this, the flower crowd, like,
Yeah.
Miriam and Rati and Debbie and everybody. We are like, very good people, to say like that. And
Oh, you are.
we
You are. You all are.
always
Definitely.
push each other to go further. And this is nice. This is very, very nice. It's like
Yeah.
a big
And
family.
it's one thing that is I like I think it's great about this awards is that I'm gonna say 50 to even more percent is due to people's voting. So
Yes.
so it's like a recognitions actually from our peers and from everybody, our students or whoever is part of the members of the group, everyone, and that's really nice. And I have to elaborate on that. The flower crowd, I mean, all the flower artists, even in Cake Friends Stay Creative, every time I post, share your flowers this week, is usually the post that get the most engagement. People, I mean, you all participate, you all share, and it's great. It's great. I love my sugar flower artist in the group.
I
Definitely,
have to say, because
definitely.
obviously I'm quite new to the sugar flowers, and yeah, that's what I've found. They're
Hmm.
just so helpful and willing to share different techniques, and oh, don't do this, try that. Why, have you tried this veiner? Have you tried that cutter? And it's
Yeah.
and the good thing with the flowers is there's just so many flowers to try and make, and you constantly feel like, oh, what can I try next? What can I try next? And seeing other people make different flowers, not just the same flower over and over again, and it
Yeah.
kind of then makes you go, oh yeah, I could try that. Let's give that a go. And yeah, I love that whole community. I think it's amazing.
It is.
Really.
It is a very nice.
Yeah.
I think I'm not. I don't know if I'm going to say something wrong here, but I think amongst all the different sugar artists, is one of the most supportive community. The sugar flower
Yeah. Yeah,
artists,
I think
definitely,
so.
This
Yeah.
is
definitely.
what I think too.
Yeah, there are other kinds of skills that you see people maybe not that nice, but I mean, it happens everywhere, right? But really, truly, that the sugar flower, and then you're all also so welcome that even for people like me, who's terrible at making flour, you're like, but come on, just give it a try. Why not? Miriam is always like, this is the year. I was telling Catalina, this is the year you're going to learn flowers, and she keeps pushing. She's telling me she made a bet with me that one day I'm going to be at Cake International presenting flowers. I'm like, no.
You might.
But maybe,
Okay,
maybe
you
not.
think
I
you
don't
will be modeling someday. I don't know when. Someday.
know. There you go. You go for the modeling, I'll go for the flowers. Debbie, you were you had a big piece this year in Cake
I
International.
did, yes.
Yes, and you won gold, right?
Well, I won gold for the celebration cake.
Okay.
My life-size piece that got a bronze,
Okay.
and it was my first time doing something of that size. I mean,
Yeah.
I did a minute. I have horses. I have miniature Shetlands. So I thought, well, my miniature Shetland, it fits in the back of my car, so I could do a life-size miniature Shetland. Why not?
There you go.
But oh my God, it was so hard. I
How
don't honestly know how these people do these life-size pieces all the time. It was so stressful. I'm glad I did it, and I learned loads from doing it, but wow, that was stressful. So the other one that I entered, the other category, was the celebration cake, because that's my bread and butter. That's what I do week in, week out. And yeah, so I got a gold and came third in that, and I was so happy. And I added some flowers to that one as well. I had to.
Awesome. I remember seeing the horse, your life-size cake, and
Yeah,
it was amazing. It was amazing.
thank you.
And for me, that's another thing. It's like, well, because we were talking before, Catalina and I work small, always miniature or very small exhibits.
Yeah.
What are the challenges of making something so big?
Just the size of because the structure is so big. And this was the first time, because I'd spoken to a few people, sort of, what do you use for something that's so big? Because I've done other structures where I've used polystyrene and carved that, and I thought, this is huge. So I was advised to use expanding foam. I used 10 cans of expanding foam.
Wow.
But then, of course, you've got to carve it all. And so, yeah, I'd taken the measurements from my miniature Shetland. So I knew exactly, each part of its body, what size it needed to be. And I must have spent at least a month, just kept coming back to it, carving a bit more, coming back to it, not happy with that, using some more expanding foam, then carving some more. And then for me, with that piece, because obviously with it being a pony, was the amount of time it took to do all the hair. It took so long. It took so long. So yeah, I think it's just the biggest challenge was getting the measurements right of everything and the proportions of everything. And then I didn't anticipate just how long it was going to take me. And it was just sort of sat in my cake studio looking at me.
Did you have to rush at the end to finish it, or did you have enough
not
time?
too much, but I made a fatal mistake of changing the colour slightly the week before Cake International, and I wish I hadn't. I wish I'd just left it as it was, but I've learned from that. So
yeah, we all learn from that. And the
exactly.
transportation. Well, you said
as I say,
your pony fits in your car.
yeah.
So yeah.
So I knew it was going to fit, but I hadn't, because I originally put wheels on the base and I hadn't allowed for that. So then I had to take the wheels off and make a sort of trolley to put it on when I got there.
Okay.
And basically I just strapped it inside my car. There was quite a lot of movement on the way there.
Yeah.
It takes me about 3 hours to drive there. And surprisingly, just a minimal bit of, damage to a couple of the legs. But, my husband's a vet. He's a horse vet. So I had my first aid kit. I was prepared.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. And I'm glad you did it, because it was a very nice piece. It was a very nice piece.
I was pleased with it. But as I say, mainly I learned a lot from that. So yeah.
That's good. Yeah, I think all of this everything, all of these events, awards, competitions, just help us learn and push ourselves a little bit more, right?
Completely. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Catalina, you've been also a winner on Cake International a few times, correct?
I had medals, silver the most. But
Okay,
yes,
silver.
in
And
flower
that's
it's
great.
really
Like,
complicated. It's really complicated. It's I was thinking maybe it's between the toughest competition because the amount of details that you have to, you know, to be to pay attention to, and
mm-hmm.
sometimes my biggest problem is the transporting stuff because I have to fly with everything
Yeah.
from Spain, so it's always happening to break in the in the flights, and especially the the most challenging part is when you pass the control because you
Oh,
have
yeah.
to take it with you up, and sometimes they just open the box and put the hands inside and remove everything, and I'm like, oh my god, you just killed me.
Yeah, yeah. That I mean,
So
I think.
then you have to do whatever you can to fix, in the hotel room, and it's not the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same.
Yeah,
But
for us when
it
we
is
come
what it
from
is,
abroad, it's a
unfortunately.
we have to consider
Yeah.
the plane always. That's why next time
Mhm.
I was saying that this year I participated on plaque because it was the smallest thing that I could carry. And I was like, okay, that's it. That's what I'm doing this year. Because I think I get more nervous flying the piece over
Yeah.
than participating itself. Because everything that could happen,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah.
It happened to me, for example, when I was this past year in spring to Cork.
Mm-hmm.
I had to redo lots of petals. I was making some big magnolia grandiflora, so I had to
Okay.
remake a lot of petals, and actually was working in the hotel room the day before to
Yeah.
remake almost the complete piece, and and it was
Wow.
really awful because it's not a perfectly clean medium, and there's some tiny
You're not on your
hairy stem
space.
that are
Yeah, you
flying around, and you will see it in the petals, and the light inside the hotel was yellowish and not too much, and I didn't saw that, and you know
yeah. No, it's true. It's
that's awful. Either you stay a few months where you go.
true. It's true.
That's
Maybe next
sacrifice
time
is something
consider
that
that.
you cannot make in a week or in 2 3 days. This is months and months of work to
Hmm.
put together something for a competition, and then suddenly you realize your work is a disaster because everything was broke up in the controls in the airport,
Yeah.
and that's
Uh,
the most frightening part, the control part, when they have to pass the scanner, and then the guy on the other side decides to see what's inside because of the wires.
Wires. Yes.
So
That's why I
Yeah.
always say, because I say I've got a 3-hour journey in the car, but I don't know how you guys do it coming from abroad and packing everything up, and it must be so stressful, so
It,
stressful.
it is. It's the
it is.
most stressful part,
Yes,
really.
Yeah.
it
So
is.
I decided the next time I will go, maybe I will make something modeling with tiny flowers, and that's it.
See? Exactly. You can include your flowers like Debbie did on the cake.
More, it will arrive mostly in one piece because the
Mostly.
flowers are so delicate, and the moment they put the hands inside the box, you're just finished.
Oh yeah. And when the box comes up, because some of the checkout points they have this like the slides goes up a little bit, the
Yeah, so this
rolling
moving,
carb,
and
I don't know how
yeah,
you call it. And I saw one of my box the not last year, the year before. I saw the box going bloop 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 backwards. I'm like, oh my god! But nothing happened. Nothing happened. Everything was good. But I just like,
yeah, I
oh
have a hack for that. I
yeah.
always take several stuffs with me, so I put two trays and the box in between the trays, so it will not
So they don't bend over.
go
Oh, that's
around me.
great. Great. Good tip. I'll consider
So
it next
I
time.
put in one tray my piece, and then I put the box, and then I put another tray with, I don't know, a jacket, whatever.
Yeah, and to put
So I
inside there.
can
Yeah,
see,
something.
in between the trays.
Yeah. Yes, Abby. You were gonna say something, Debbie.
No, not
No,
me.
okay. I thought you were going to say something. Sorry. Just a question from all of the things, because I'm sure by now you have been in competitions, cake collaborations, right? Probably tutorials on magazines, correct? Teaching. Do you teach, Debbie, or you also teach?
I
And
do a little
your
bit,
business.
yes.
Okay, and you have your business that Debbie, in your case, you bake cakes, right?
Yeah.
That's your
Yeah.
business. Catalina, you have your products
I
for the
teach
flowers in your
and
class.
I make veiners and cutters. And
Okay, so from everything that you do and have done, what is the most challenging one for you?
Difficult question.
It's a difficult one. Most challenging. Then we're going to go to the most fun one. But first, let's start with the most challenging one.
Not challenging, I will tell you. A few years ago, I don't remember exactly which year. I think in 2019, or no, 19? No, 2018, I was to Cake International with a huge flower piece. Huge. It was like 1 meter tall, all flowers.
Wow.
I said, okay, let's go big. And I had the flower, I had all the leaves and everything packed with cottons in a whole luggage to put under in the plane. You know how they treat the under luggage.
Yeah.
And I have 2 boxes instead of my hand luggage with me up. So you have to imagine me carrying all that and putting it together in the hotel room.
Yeah.
And then I carried all the way from, in Birmingham, from the, I don't know what hotel it was, Ibis, the one in front of the airport.
Yeah.
Through that tunnel under, all the way, that
Yeah.
big stuff
The
carrying to put on
tunnel.
the table
That's the
because
best workout I do in a year.
I cannot do it
Back and forth from
on
that tunnel. Yeah.
place because it would take me hours to put it together. So I had to carry all that in a tall vase.
Wow.
Have to
Okay.
see me. I
So that
arrived
was
here like
challenging.
Hercules.
Yeah.
Had pains in my hands, muscles, but for 2-3 days afterwards.
Of course, it's a lot of things to carry and a long way to go on that tunnel. Definitely. Okay, that was
That
challenging.
was the most challenging stuff that I read.
Competing, the competition part.
For me, teaching is having fun because when I make flowers, I'm having fun, really. When
Yeah.
I make veiners, I'm also having fun because I like to see what is the result. So I'm like, wow, what a surprise always.
Okay.
And then another challenge was when I learned to use the 3D printers for making cutters. I mainly make cookie cutters because
Okay.
I don't work with cutters for my flowers, but there are people that are asking for the cutter, so I make special for them.
Okay.
And when I started to do this, it took me a whole summer. It was during the pandemic. It was good for something.
The pandemic, I mean, yeah, it worked for some things.
Just give it a try to this, and it was quite challenging to learn everything. And now I'm able to put together and repair and everything. I'm the technician and everything. I repair
That's good.
my girl, and I now have 4 girls working for me.
That's good. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So it was a challenge at the beginning, but then it ended up being.
Yeah, it was quite a challenge because I didn't understand the thing. It was very complicated to understand how they work and then how to correct. It's not easy to work with a 3D printer because you have to adjust all the time and to understand if something doesn't get out right, why that happens, and to understand what you should touch in the machine to fix the problem. So it took me a while until I understood. And a lot of material thrown away, but now I know how to fix them because they do get to have a lot of problem, these 3D printers. So you have to know to fix them and everything. And now it's not a problem anymore, but it really was.
Your most challenging could be the competition and learning how to use the machine.
Yeah.
And your fun part is the teaching and the flowers. Good. What about you, Debbie? What's the most challenging for you and the most fun?
Well, I think the most challenging has to be my miniature Shetland that I made because, I mean, it really was the most challenging thing I've ever done. I mean, it was fantastic, like I say, because I learned so much from all the mistakes I made, but it really was the most challenging thing I have ever done. there's lots of little things that are always challenging, with everything that we do in the cake world. But yeah, I think top of my list has to be a life-size miniature Shetland.
Yeah, oh, definitely. How did your pony? I mean, tell me about the pony when you were taking the measurements. It must be like, what's going on?
So my son came up into the field with me, and I basically took the measurements, and my son wrote the measurements down. And yeah, there were moments where the pony was a bit like, I just don't understand why we are doing this.
Yeah,
What
what do you want me to do? What's going on?
Yeah, and it was when I measured the sort of the circumference of his legs. I mean, he is tiny, but I hadn't realised just how tiny his legs were and how tiny his little hooves were. There's like
Aw.
3 inches in length, and yeah, so it made me appreciate just how tiny he is. He really is, bless him.
Oh, it's okay. What's his name?
His name is Billy.
Billy. Okay.
Yeah. And then I have another one called Rudy. So yeah.
Oh, Rudy and Billy. Oh my God,
Billy
love it.
Billy is my smallest, and he has the biggest personality.
That happens with short people.
Yeah.
We have the biggest personality, but we're liking on size. We're having personality. That happens. That's lovely. Well, let's say hello to Billy then in this episode. That's good. What about the most the fun one, the thing that you're like, yeah, I'm happy to do this?
Oh, I mean, there are the thing is with making, I mainly do celebration cakes. I do the wedding cakes, but I find those a little bit more serious. But with the celebration cakes, and I have clients that come back to me year after year, and what I find the most fun is that they challenge me. It's sort of, can you make this year? And it's like, yeah, I think I can do that. And then, yeah, just working out how I'm gonna make it and what I'm gonna do. And yeah, I find that so much fun. And yeah, so that, and now I enjoy where I went from avoiding doing sugar flowers and hating them. Sorry, but I did.
And now she's a nominee.
That now, for me, I love it. I find that so much fun. Working out how to make, because my husband, he loves doing the gardening. So I'll sort of say to him, "Oh, what's that flower?" And "Oh, can I have one of those? I want to know how to make it and pull it apart and see how it's put together." So for me as well, that I love creating new flowers now. Yeah, never thought I would say that, but I am.
That's lovely, and it's a great message for our listeners that first of all, you have to box yourself in one thing, right? Even though we talk about niching and about dedicating yourself to one thing, but you don't have to box yourself in one thing.
No.
You can try it out. What you do as a cake artist, either if it's wedding cakes or flowers or modeling or whatever, doesn't define you. Define just the business that you're doing. And we are in a creative world, in a creative job, so and it's all knowledge, and it's all a plus, right?
Yeah. And I think for me, all the different techniques that I've learned over the years with modeling and structure, and now with the flowers, I think it helps each thing. I think learning a new technique, so if you avoid doing the flowers like I did, I think it held me back a little bit with some of the modeling, whereas I've learnt techniques with the sugar flowers that I can take and use with the modeling and the structure and positioning of things on cakes as well, because now I've learnt how to position flowers onto cakes. It means that my celebration cakes and my wedding cakes, they've stepped up a level, because I've now got a better eye for thinking that doesn't look right, or or I get my 13-year-old son to come and help me, and he says, no, that needs an extra flower or an extra leaf. But yeah, I think learning different techniques for different sections, shall we say, of our business, it definitely helps. It helps all round, I think.
Yeah,
So yeah,
definitely. Oh, definitely, definitely.
yeah.
Most definitely. That's great. How long you been doing this? Both of you, Catalina and Debbie. How long you been doing cakes? How long you been on this world of cake artistry?
Well, for me, it's exactly 11 years.
11 years.
Yeah, I started when I was diagnosed with a cancer.
Okay. Cancer
Because I
survival, yes.
just decided I will let aside everything I was doing and I will dedicate myself to make something that is enjoyable.
Love it. Love it.
And I was studying medicine by then and started to make flowers. I
Mm,
couldn't work as everybody. This is how my special way of working arrived.
yeah.
So, because I had like sort of an accident during a chemo, my veins broke and the chemo went all over and burned some nerves and I
Oh,
couldn't feel, I lost my sensitivity in my right hand
mm-hmm.
and then the left started also. It was as a result of
Yeah.
the chemo spreading
The
all
chemo.
around.
Yeah.
And I had to make something that to say you have to make something to regain your sensitivity with your hands. So it was
Mm.
telling me to do crochet. I always painted, so I painted since I can remember.
Okay. Okay.
I like, you see behind me.
The paintings behind. I know you do. I've
Yeah,
seen your paintings and your watercolors on
watercolors. So I
Facebook.
do watercolors and oil painting and you know. So I couldn't sustain a paintbrush for a very long time in my hands because once it fell down, I wasn't able to pick it anymore.
Mm.
So I was thinking how to do, what to do. Because
Yeah.
for 2 minutes time, for example, cutters, I couldn't pick them to cut petals
Okay.
and leaves. I wasn't able because I didn't felt how to do. So I started shaping the petals myself from the beginning.
Wow.
At first with a pen, with a paintbrush, and then I discovered that there are tools to do
The
this. So
tools, yes.
yeah,
Wow. And
the
that's
the,
how
the
your
first
technique
contact
came
with
to be.
the
Oh.
first contact with this sugar walled, the flower world. I mean, because I do bake since forever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Romanian, so we have a very long tradition with we bake at home. We cook we make the cake for the celebration at home all the time. So there's very, very good pastry. And so I do know how to do this and I do it. So the flower world, I discovered sitting in that chair so many hours, waiting to the chemo to pass.
Mm-hmm.
And I discovered Lisa Templeton from New
Oh,
Zealand that make
yeah.
roses. So I was fascinated by his rose, and I say, okay, let's give it a try. But I saw how she do. She was pushing with the fingers, not with cutters, but
Okay.
making with the fingers. And I tried, but I lost my nails because I
Okay.
was pressing, and how it was, affected by the chemo. The nail was very sensitive, and it fell down. So it was like, oh my God, now what?
Now what? Now
So
what
it's
else?
how I like to work my way.
Yeah.
And it was like, just for fun at first. And then people started to like what I'm doing. Then I entered some competition when we still had competition in Spain because now there's no more.
Yes,
And
true. That's true. Yeah.
it was very, very nice. So I had a gold award there. So then I started to teach because people started to ask me,
Hmm.
how I do it, and they wanted to learn my way. They couldn't believe it's without cutters at all, and my flower were crappy by then.
That's funny. When we look at our work from the beginning, we're like, oh my God. Yeah.
I'm very proud of what I achieved because I started from nothing. I
Mm-hmm.
like flowers. I'm crazy with the flowers. I have lots of botanic books, and when I look at the flowers, I'm always killing it.
Opening every little
To see how it is and everything,
pulling
and
them
to make
apart.
veiners if it's a very nice veined one.
Okay. Okay.
So And I started like that. I started to teach first in Spain, and then people asked me to teach abroad, and like that. Look where I'm
Look where
right
you're
now.
now,
So
11 years later.
in a totally different world, but
Yeah.
than the one I was preparing me for.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah. And
medicine,
recovered
not.
as well, right?
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine. Just
Nice. Love it.
I just was released from this high risk program
Yeah.
this month, so I'm cancer free.
Congratulations.
Yeah, 11 years after they told me, okay, you're out of the
You're
program
out.
completely.
You
So
can go.
I'm just happy, happy, happy.
That's
Oh my
something we
God,
should celebrate. Yeah.
yeah,
We're gonna dance and drink to that on the DMAs
yeah,
for sure.
it's a very nice way of celebrating it. In fact, the flower changed my whole life, really. My
It's
whole life. I
beautiful.
didn't expect it to do what I'm doing.
Hmm.
I was studying medicine by then. I studied philology, so I'm an English teacher.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to do with this, and
Yeah.
I cannot believe where you can arrive if you really follow your passion and you put, time and practice, and it costs a lot of effort.
Hmm.
It's not, as I say, for free.
Oh
You
yeah.
have to work for something if you like to, but if you really, really love to do something, you just do it. Don't think twice, really. I
Yeah.
cannot
Listen to
believe that
Catalina, everyone. Yeah.
I travel the world. I'm really happy. I arrived to see countries that I never believed, to have friends everywhere.
Yeah.
It's a very beautiful world, and very nice people, and passionate, and happy, a happy crowd, as I say, and
Oh
it,
yeah.
it really changed my life.
That's
So
beautiful,
this is
Catalina.
my
Thank you so
story.
much for sharing that with us because I mean there's so much message in everything that you just said, and especially that it's not overnight. It takes
No,
time. But if you put the effort, if you're consistent and and you love what you do, you're passionate about it, it works. It pays out. Definitely. Yeah.
yeah, it
Oh,
was a
that's lovely.
therapy,
Thank you for
and
sharing that.
not just that. It started as a therapy, and then it arrived to be my whole life. It changed
Your life.
everything,
Yeah. Yeah.
everything. Yeah,
Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. And
and
we're
I'm
going to
lucky to have
celebrate
a
on
husband
the
that.
award night.
Yeah,
Yes. All
I
of
have
those
a husband
achievements.
that luckily, he was sustaining me in all this craziness that when I decided to left medicine, and when I decided to, and he said, okay, if it makes you happy, just do
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
And he
that's
was
lovely.
always, with me, and
Support. Oh,
sustaining me.
that's
And then,
beautiful.
yeah, that's
Oh
very,
yeah,
very
we
nice.
we wouldn't be able to make it without the support
No,
of our family
no,
in the next month.
no.
Yeah. And I mean,
He stayed
you
at
know,
home with my son, and I was traveling around, and, you
yeah.
know,
Yeah, definitely. Debbie, you also you mentioned your family, your husband, they're all there involved with you as well, right? So
Yeah.
how long ago did you started in this world?
So I used to be a riding instructor, and which is where the horses come from.
Yeah.
But I thought, do I want to do that for the rest of my life? Do
Mm.
I want to be stood in the freezing cold teaching people? And the answer was no. So I'd always baked because my mum is a fantastic baker. She can't decorate cakes. She never has been able to, but baking, unbelievable. So I thought, I might give that a go. So I started just before, and then my son was born, and I kind of had to put everything on hold for a while. So then I really got going again, I suppose, in 2017. No, it might have been before that. I can't remember now. See, that's the trouble. You have a child and everything, you forget everything.
True.
Yeah. But yeah, and I was kind of just I basically taught myself. I taught myself how to do everything, how to ice the cakes and decorate them, and then in 2018 I thought I'm gonna be brave, and I'm gonna enter Cake International. And I'd never entered a competition before, and it was terrifying, but it was the best thing I could have done because it made me realize just how many people out there are just so talented, and you can just by looking at their cakes and their pieces that they make for Cake International, you learn so much just from that. And after that, I just kept going. I wanted to learn more and more and more. And all I can say is since then, I have learned a load, and my business has gone from strength to strength because I decided to push myself a little bit further. So I think with the competition side of things, people that put it off, I think they just need to do it, because I think it really helps. It helps you, it helps your business. And I tried to, when I started the business, I tried to sort of cover everything, and it has sort of continued from that. So I kind of, I offer as much as I can for people, as I say, with the wedding cakes, the celebration cakes, different styles. But what I have found over probably the last year, is that I have my own style. And I think that's what people don't realize when they're doing this business, is they make the cakes, but I think until you find who you are and what your style is, that's when you start to take things to another level. So for me, last year was a sort of I don't know what to call it, like a bright light suddenly appeared, and I suddenly thought,
a breakthrow moment.
and it was like, oh, okay, so this is my style, and this is what I need to aim for. I've spent the last month kind of, I suppose, shutting myself away and feeling a little bit like, oh, am I good enough to do this business? But the last week I've kind of gone, yes, I can, and I have my style, and I need to stick with that, and I need to now develop my business a bit further with that style. So
it is scary. It is scary,
is.
right? Because you feel like you're moving away from the pack. Like until now you've been doing what everybody else is doing, so it's safe. It's like, okay, it's what is expected. But then when you find that it's in one hand, I remember when that happened to me, in one way was liberating, was like, oh, this is, you feel like you got home. It's like, this is me. This is what I do. This is what I'm good at, or this is what I feel at home doing. But on the other hand, it's scary. It's like, whoop, is people going to like it? Am I going to be accepted for this? Am I good enough? All of those things go through her head, but just keep going. Just keep going.
And I think it's just taking yourself out of your comfort zone.
Definitely.
And just being brave. Like I was brave enough to enter Cake International for the first time. I now need to be brave enough to say, this is my style, and this is what I'm going to stick to. And, and just keep pushing and keep going. So,
yeah. It's I always tell, when I work with the coaching with my coaches, I tell them, it's like, think of a place where you or when you achieved, in your case will be the Cake International, and it was frightening, it was scary, but you made it, and how that make you feel afterwards. So hold on to that feeling and just keep pushing to whatever you're doing now, because it's gonna work for sure.
And
also think, what is the worst thing that could happen?
Exactly.
I get back to do the other thing, it's fine.
I think the big moment for me was I put off entering the celebration cakes, the category at Cake International. I don't know why, because as I say, I do that week in, week out. But I think entering that category, I felt at home doing that category. For me, it was something I do all the time. And then being recognized with that gold, and then coming third, it was like, oh, okay, so I've been putting this off, but actually this is what I need to be doing. This this is, and all the little things that I had on that piece, they're things I've learned, obviously loads of time and effort and money I've put into learning all those different techniques, but that is my style, that is me. But what also happened after that was, then I kind of went, that's really scary. And then I went through a phase of, that sort of imposter syndrome, where it's like, I'm not good enough for this. This isn't me. I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't have got the gold. Shouldn't have came third.
Yeah.
But now it's like, okay, come
Okay.
out of that comfort zone and don't be
Exactly.
scared.
Yeah. I don't. No, don't be. Don't be. Actually, the other day I listened to somebody saying that uh, we try we try so much to get out of our comfort zone, but actually there's part of our comfort zone we need to embrace, because
Yeah,
that's our home, that's where we're good at.
yeah,
So bring that home and just step it out a little bit, step it up a notch,
yeah.
and you'll make it. Oh, I'm sure. Look at Catalina. I mean, she made flowers with cutters when nobody else was doing that, just because she couldn't use the cutters, and she created a whole new technique of making flowers, and that's how wonderful things happen, out of resourcefulness, out of necessity. It's this is amazing. I love it. I'm loving this episode today. For sure. This is great, guys, and I cannot wait to see how much more we're going to see from both of you. And I cannot wait to dance together to celebrate on the DMAs. This is going to be fun. It's going to be fun, definitely. Um, Predictions. Do you have any predictions for the winners of the DMAs this year? Ooh, I don't, but I'm just asking.
No idea. I'm
Yeah,
totally lost.
I think
yeah,
it's really hard because everyone that's in the final of each category,
Yeah,
they are all amazing.
yeah,
When the voting opened for each category, and you kind of look and you think, God, but I want to vote for everybody because everyone is
yeah. I
so
it's
good.
know.
very difficult to choose when voted. Very difficult.
It was
Yeah,
difficult.
Really difficult.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
very
It was
difficult
difficult.
because there are so good people in all the categories. So it's difficult. So I'm like, you know me. I'm like, just go with the flow.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, it's a good
it's
technique. Definitely,
it's a
definitely.
good way of thinking life, and I'm
Yeah.
like the kind of person that I'm not like you know. It has to be like this or it has to be like that. So I'm like, okay, I want to do this. This is I set a target, and then I work for it, and then let's see what it gets out, and I don't get frustrated over after,
That's
if it
perfect.
doesn't get out as I wish, from the beginning. So I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, let's
You
see.
learn and then you move on and do something else. That's it. Yeah,
I
yeah,
think life is a journey, and we learn every day,
yeah.
yeah.
all in
Oh,
all ways.
absolutely,
I
absolutely.
think
And I'm sure for
I,
all of you, when we look back at, I don't know, maybe let's say for a reference time before pandemic till now. I mean, look how everything has changed, how much we have evolved. Things that probably we're not doing at that time, now we're doing it.
yeah,
It's crazy, and it's only
yeah,
being 4 years. Only.
yeah.
This is
And
nothing.
I would probably never have started doing the sugar flowers if I hadn't have decided during lockdown, what am I going to do? Oh, I'll do an online course and learn to make some sugar flowers, because that's one thing that I hadn't really pushed myself to do. So yeah, I
Yeah.
would never have done that. And also me and my son, we started doing live videos on my business page, and I
Excellent.
dressed him up as a chef, and he showed people how to make banana cake and things like that. So
Oh, I
yeah,
love it.
I think from out of that, lots of things did, it was, horrendous for some people. And I know so many people that went out of business, but I
Yep.
think you had to, adapt and change and think, what can I do? What can I do to help myself and my business and, come out of this the other
Oh,
side? And
definitely.
You
lots of
have to
Definitely.
people have.
reinvent, yeah,
Yeah.
reinvent yourself.
Yeah, in your
And I
case
think
Yeah.
was the flowers. In your case, Catalina, was
But
the
the
3D
packets and stuff,
printer
I
and
started to
figures,
create
right?
the venues, and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because you have to adapt. I'm
yeah,
like the kind of people I always have to, and I always tell everybody, don't freak out when something bad happens, because in all the bad stuff, there's a good part also. You just have to see it.
Mm.
No,
yeah,
look
I know.
what happened with my health. So I knew people that were like, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. And I was like on the other side, and
You're
I
like,
don't
no.
have to die because I have so many things to do.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
and I
I love
decided
it.
just to do what I like, and I left all the rest apart, and I say, okay, from now on I will be happy, and I will leave what I have to leave happily, And look at this.
Awesome.
So you have to just stick for that good part in the bad things that happens to you, because everything happens like a lesson to
For a
us.
reason. Oh,
I
yeah.
think it's, imagine the life will be easy and for everybody. Everything will be like
It's
too
boring.
boring to say
It's
like that. No,
boring.
but you
We
will
don't have
be
challenge.
challenged. You will
Yeah.
not have any challenge, and you will not push yourself to do something else, and you will not step out of your box, to say like that.
Mm-hmm.
So all this bad stuff, I'm always thinking at that part with my house. And this, when it arrived, it was okay, it's not good, but just find something else, because I was mainly traveling teaching. So for me, that was over. Luckily enough, I had my online academy set about 2 years before that stuff happened. It
Mm-hmm.
was, I didn't move it too much by then. And then I decided, okay, I will do that. I will fill my classes, and then just start also teaching in the private groups in Facebook, because like that you can directly interact with people. So we
Yeah.
were laughing and we were, having fun, not just making flowers. And then
Yeah.
I said, okay, I have too much time. This is what I do next. So oh, I cannot travel to find tools for me. Just make myself the tools. So, it was like a ball rolling and becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. But on the good side, you just have to search for the good part and try to adapt and try to sneak out of all these, ugly situation life puts you in.
Yeah.
Because in life, always we will have bad moments arriving.
Yeah.
We just don't have to, put hands down and resign.
Yeah.
No, you have to, find something to
Find the
get
way
out,
out.
like
Yeah.
phrase to
Make
say
the
like
best of it.
this is the way I see life. Because
Oh, that's
otherwise I
lovely.
will be in my bed or I will not be at all. It's like
That's
that. It's just
great. And
like that.
that's a great mindset because
And this is like, it's for everything. When you want to do
everything. Yeah.
something, just do it. Just do it, and don't. You will fail a lot. It's normal. If you don't fail, it's because you didn't try to. You
Exactly.
know.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with the awards, because I know there's a beginners, I think there's I can't remember what it's called, a beginners category
I
of,
think so. Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
And I
Uh-huh.
think for those, because I know that I think there's a few people that, they're new to like the competition world and like these awards. And, I've been lucky to be at some of these awards and be nominated and, made it to the finals. And yeah, you don't win. And I think you have to, I mean, my husband's coming with me this year to the DMAs. And, I think to start off with, he came with me because it was like, it was new. And like for the people in the beginner category, it's like, it's so exciting. I mean, it's exciting for us still, but you sort of think, oh my God, this is amazing. This is amazing. And then you lose. And then
Yeah. You have to prepare
kind of,
yourself for that as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
that's, I mean, my husband then stopped coming with me because I kept losing, but, he's coming with me. But he's coming with me this time because, it's actually it's February. It'll be a good night out. It's a nice place. And I said,
Yeah.
yeah, and you'll see me lose again. But I think you have to prepare yourself for that. And I
Mm-hmm.
think it does. You do feel deflated. You can't help it. It's, I think, human nature that you
I
feel a
love
bit
that you mentioned
deflated.
that because it's true. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think, but again, a bit like with the competitions, you have to learn from that. You have to learn that, in life you do lose sometimes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's not because, you're rubbish at something or people think you shouldn't be there. It's just at the end of the day, it is still a competition, and someone has to win and someone has to lose, and that
Yeah.
is life.
It is.
And and that's what I try and teach my son, because bless him, he does lots of things at school and he go, oh, I didn't win again, oh, it was Saffron again, she won again, and I think but I say to him, but what did you learn, what could you have done
Yes.
differently, what could you,
Yes.
and I think that's the I mean, prediction wise, I don't
Love
know
it.
because
Mm-hmm.
there's so many talented people, but I think the only advice I can give to those in the beginner category is don't feel too deflated if you don't win. Learn from that and be, you're in the final. Just take from that.
It's amazing already being there, because it's quite
Kelly shared how many thousands of votes they got, and we are among 5 people from all those thousands of votes. It's like,
exactly.
Oh, okay, I must be doing something right. But that's a great advice.
You have to see the good part always, even if you lose. I lost almost all the time.
I always lose. I never win. I'm not gonna say I always lose. I never win. I haven't won yet. But you're always like, but it's okay. I mean, it's like Debbie said, it's always part of it's a learning process. You have to learn, you have to prepare yourself for everything. Actually, my kids are making fun of me because I'm a person, I'm very happy, bubbly and everything, but when things go down, my face, you can see it in my face, like I'm totally transparent, and they're like, Mom, be careful, because we know you're gonna put a bad I mean, you're going to look like you're sad. I'm like, okay, I have to keep like I have to practice my Oscar loser face.
That's what I've been doing, because I've lost so many times at awards that I now practice my I lost again.
Well, because otherwise you're gonna see it in my face. You're gonna be
The good way of looking at this is not expecting anything. So if it happens, it happens.
Yeah,
exactly. I'm trying to focus on having fun. I'm seeing all of you, on hugging all of you, on looking good, on feeling on my dress. That's what I'm trying to focus on.
I never expect. It happened to me when I was in 2016 in Turkey, in Istanbul. I won this Global Sugar Network Raising Star Award. I don't know it. I wasn't expecting that anything. So I was like, okay, it was Mark Suarez over there. It was so many people, very talented in all that stuff. And I was, okay, I'm not, in this I'm not. And when they didn't told even, they told the finalists. And I was there. I was participating in the sugar flower competition that I won.
Good.
So I went out with my medal. I was already happy. I was at the ceremony of the awards, because they said we will give the awards, the medals and everything at the the dinner. So I went, and I was like dressed like it was in the same hotel I was staying. So I was with some slippers in my feet. And, it was not something very,
very fancy or anything.
Fancy, So I was like, okay, get down, go there, have dinner, go up. And then suddenly I see my name on the screen big. And I was like, really? And I was looking at me. And oh my God, I have to go out there.
I have to go give you a speech. Looking like this. Oh my God. That's good.
I wasn't able to say anything because I wasn't expecting at all,
Yeah.
And I was not dressed properly.
Oh my God, that's a great story.
It was fun.
Oh God.
For me.
Oh God. But now you will be dressed properly, right, Catalina?
Yeah, I hope so. For me, though, for the I've lost at so many awards now that it's become a bit of a thing. So I've made it to the final of the Small Business Awards for our area. But I text everyone and I say, you know how much I love losing at awards, but please can you vote for me?
That's a good one.
So yeah.
That's good. That's good. So you have your dresses sorted out already?
Yes.
Good. Okay, good. Can we know the color? Color.
I'm navy again.
Navy. Okay.
Yeah.
Black. Okay. I'm gonna be
the first time I will go black. I usually go colorful and but this time I said, okay, let's make it a bit more elegant.
Good. I'm stepping away from purple this year. I'm not doing anything purple. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. I'm gonna do it. I say, okay, no, this year, nothing purple. It's gonna be red. So
Ooh.
we're gonna see.
Oh.
Ooh, we're gonna see. How do I? Oh my god! But it's done. It's figured out, and it's
I
comfortable.
bet you,
It's just
I bet you
comfortable.
still, I bet you still accessorize with a bit of purple though.
No, I was going to, but my kids don't let me. My oldest daughter's like, no. Aw, just one purple. No. Oh, okay. I do have another purple dress that I was going to wear last year for the. We didn't have
Yeah,
big
Oh,
massive
the
tour.
the
cake one.
master.
That was purple, and I was like, should I wear that to this one? I was like, no, gonna do something different. So yeah, doing something different, not purple this time. Great, girls. This has been so much fun. I mean, what a great episode. So many takeaways from for me, for the audience, for the listeners. I hope you two had fun. And now that you know each other a little bit more, we can hug each other on
Yeah.
March. What March now, Christina? February
Yeah.
17th
Very
on
seventeen.
on the Leeds Castle. That's gonna be fancy. I think I bought the ticket to the awards before knowing I was nominated, just because it was in a castle. I was like,
Yeah, me
I need to
too.
go.
Me
I need to
too.
go. I'm going. Doesn't
Me
matter what.
too.
Yeah. So yeah. Um,
I
we
was
always
like, I have to have fun.
we're gonna have fun. We need to. I need to have fun because our
Yeah.
job. I mean, we're so. I'm not gonna say lonely, but we work alone. We work in
Yeah.
our own thing all the time, in our studios or whatever we are. So it's so good to see everybody and have a good time with everyone. It's so
Yeah.
good. Yeah. Before we go,
Yeah,
I
it
always
is.
have this question for all my guests here in the podcast. If you could bake a cake for anybody, dead or alive, that's special for you, who would that be and what would that cake look like?
Oh, I
Could be
know.
a famous person, could be somebody close to you, anybody.
I
Oh,
I
sure.
last year, I think it was last year, because I have a fell pony, and the Queen, her favourite pony. Well, we can't say it was her favourite, but it was really is a fell pony. And last year, no, it might have been the year before. See, I can't remember. All the years just blend into one. But we did a parade of fell ponies for the Queen, and I wanted to make a cake for her with fell ponies on. But
Oh,
I tried, it never actually happened. I did make a cake for all of us that did the parade with one of the Queen's fell ponies on it. But yeah, it would have been to make a cake for the Queen with her fell ponies on. That would have
oh,
been, yeah,
lovely. Oh, I
yeah,
love it. I love it.
yeah.
Love it. Great. What about you, Catalina?
Oh, that would be my grandma.
Oh,
Oh, love it.
Mm. Oh, she went away, passed away a long time ago. She was very old,
Yeah.
but I loved her so, so, so much.
Would you
And
put a lot of
she,
flowers in
my
the cake
passion
for
for
her?
the flowers come from my grandma.
Yeah.
She had a very beautiful peony garden in front of the house. And when I go visit her all the time, she was, in spring, she was cutting peony and she made huge bouquets for me, and
Oh,
wrapping in magazine newspapers
oh, I love
to
it.
give me. So what I do, a cake with lots of peonies. This is what
Oh,
I would do for her.
what a
She
beautiful
didn't want
memory with your
to.
grandma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I will always remember her garden and, the Sundays when I went away from her home with that peonies, so wow.
Oh, that's lovely. Oh, I love both of your answers. So good. And they would be such a lovely cakes, I'm sure. Thank you so much, girls. It's been an honor, a privilege, and we had so much fun. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for
thank you.
making yourself available to be here on a Saturday, because you usually record. This is for the listeners. I usually record on Tuesdays, but today is Saturday, and they gave me an hour of their Saturday to be here. So thank you so much. I cannot wait to see you at the DMA's awards. And Debbie and Catalina, if people want to see your work and contact you, where can they find you? Who wants to go for Catalina?
Okay.
Oh, no, there. Okay.
They can find me. My business is Little Barn Cakes, and I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. So yeah, they can look for me there. So.
Excellent. And you, Catalina?
For me, it's Catalina Anghel Azucararte. Okay, the name it's in Spanish. I'm based in Spain. They can find me in Instagram, in Facebook, and my website, the same name. So you can go there and check all I do.
Oh, great. And I will be leaving the links to all of your social media here and your pages so people can go and click and find you there and check out their amazing work because it's beautiful and they deserve so much to be nominated for the DMAs for Sugar Flower Artist of the Year. Thank you so much, girls. Thank you for being here today. Big kiss to both of you. I will give you a hug on February. Bye-bye. And to all of you over there, thank you for listening. I hope you liked this episode. I'm sure you have because it's been great. And as always, my friends, stay safe and stay creative. I'll see you next time. My sweet, sweet friend, if you liked this episode, if you love this podcast, I will kindly ask you to leave me a started review, whatever you're listening to this episode that is available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and I think a couple of other ones. But in any of those, just leave me a review. Leave me a couple of stars or 5 stars if you like it. So people will find this episode, the algorithm would put it out there, and more of our K community will benefit from it. Share it with your friends. Download the episode and share them. Share them on your social media and tag me because I will answer you back. Of course I will. And send me comments, send me your review, send me your feedback. Even if you don't agree with anything that I say, I would love to hear your opinion. You can find me in any of my social media accounts. I will be leaving the links here on this episode description. I'm on Facebook as The Art Cake Experience. I am on Instagram at Christina_The Art Cake Experience. Or you can even find me on YouTube, my YouTube channel, The Art Cake Experience channel. So thank you so much for listening. And please leave me your review and leave me your comments and your feedback. I would love to hear what you have to say about any of these episodes.